Hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to be showing you a little one of my helpful tips to kill the dragon quick and simple. What you want to start doing is by changing your vocation to anything that's ranger based. Now I choose assassin personally because if you get it up to rank 9, rank 10, you unlock these augments that are just based around night time. Now some of you may be saying what's the point in having it around night? Well, the thing is that if you fight alone and at night with all these augments on, all of your stats are dramatically increased. Your damage output, your health, your stamina, all together will just make you a stronger character to be with. Now what you want to do is put, as I said, put all these nighttime ones on, and basically what they do is increase your stamina, increase your health, increase your damage output, and there's one called Anatomy that if you're on your own, you do a lot more damage, and all your stats are increased without any pawns being with you. As for your skills, that doesn't really matter. You have whatever you want on your sword, your bow, your daggers, as long as you've got your primary damage output, as in the main sword and stuff. Now, if you're more concerned about what items you need to take with you, you want to be as light as possible, solely because you run faster, and when you defeat the dragon, you do get a lot of items as a reward, so you want to have as much item space as possible. What I usually take with me are some potent greenwash, is just because they give you a bit of health back just in case I make a mistake and say fall off and get hit or something, and some large mushrooms. You don't have to follow this guide. If you find your own items to take, that's perfectly fine, but you want something that can keep your stamina up for like when you're using these skills against him. Right, now to get rid of your main pawn or any other, well, yeah, just your main pawn, because you can dismiss your other pawns. What I like to do is where you're at just before the dragon, you just take them down to the pier and easily just throw them off. It seems like a nasty thing to do after all they've helped you, but they're expendable, they can come back. And what you want to do is travel back and stay. If you're already in night, then perfect, then you just go to the dragon location, but if you're not, then obviously you stay at the inn till night. Now, I believe that my strength before night was 2,200, I think, and as I show you here, I'm now down to 4,121 for my sword and 3,030 for my bow. Now, as you can see, that wouldn't have changed any differently if I was at, say, daylight. If you did it in daylight, it stayed at 2,000. You do a lot less damage. Now, what you want to do is go and travel to the dragon location, which would be here. And if you're doing this primary for level ups, what you want to do is go into your options and change connectivity to offline. That is because the dragon has way less health. If you're trying to kill this to say get level ups and you're doing it online, then you're doing it wrong, because the online dragon has a lot more health than offline. Now what you want to do is go in here, check your leaderboards and all that if you want to, and dispose of these people that start attacking you, and you want to wait for the dragon, and he'll usually follow with one of his nice little sayings like, "Then you have come very well, arisen," like that, and then you see this nice little cinematic of him coming in looking all badass with his horrible looking skin colour. And what you want to do is do what I do and start from far behind him, as in where his tail will land. That is because you want to dispose of his tail as soon as possible. Only because if you leave it to a later level where his health's quite low and you try and get his tail then he starts moving around a lot more, using moves more frequently. It's hard to aim at. Now if you don't know how to damage him for a start, what you want to do is pick off all his skin parts, which would be, when you find him now at this time, which would be everywhere, you just attack freely. But what I like to do is start the tail and dispose of all his skin around there. You have to destroy the hearts. To do this, you'll see is when you kill one, there's a big white light there, the massive white flash of the heart being disposed of. And what you want to do is from the tail, just continue climbing up his back, dispose of all the hearts on his back, and move up to his head. This is effective because if you leave these parts till last, you have a chance of him fleeing. I think the flee time for him is around 8 minutes or so, something like that, if you're not doing a sustainable amount of damage to him. As you can see, I've been doing this for like a minute now, and I've already disposed of 2 health bars, so quite good stuff. Right, what you want to do is dispose of all the things on all the hearts on his neck and then on his head. And what might catch you out is that if you're looking from an aerial point of view, like I am now, you'll see that there's hearts on the top of his neck, but there's also hearts underneath, which you might hit if you're using a sword. I don't know if you're doing daggers, but I made a little mistake there of jumping off a bit too early and got caught in one of his moves. Luckily, I grabbed him in time to get it, and as you saw there, I jumped off. Kind of a silly mistake. What you want to look out for, if he's falling to the floor, feel free to just hang on to him until you reach the ground, instead of jumping off like I did and losing a lot of health. Right, now once you reach this point, what you want to do is concentrate on his wings. Now, the easiest thing to do this, I use a pentad shot, I think, and that fires 5 arrows in a row. And I just think that's generally easy because you cover a wider area. But now you'll notice on the wing that there are 2 main points to dispose of. There's one on the very edge of the wing that you can see now, and there is one at the base of the wing. Now the one at the edge of the wing is a lot harder to hit because the wings are the flimsier. It wafts around and it's hard to get an aim on. Now once you've disposed of the wings, what you want to do is continue eating your mushrooms. Make sure that your stamina's fully high so you can grab anything you want, and start attacking its legs, its hind legs and his front arms. Now this is one of the annoying parts of the fight, just because you have to dispose of all 4 of them, and the fact that he every time, as you see now, every time you attack, he jumps up, starts wafting around and stuff, and it prevents you from attacking because your character has to grip on, which is really annoying. And as for actually taking out the hand itself, each of the arms and feet have 3 main parts. They have the one at the top, one in the middle, and one on the actual hand itself. If you're going to attack the hand, you want to grab it, solely because when he's on the floor, he keeps moving it around, like jeering it forward and back, and it's hard to get a hit on if you're just standing still. Then once you've done that, you want to move to the back of the legs. The actual foot itself, you can easily just do it standing still as I'm doing now, just because it doesn't move as much as the front one. Once you've done that, you go to the other side, do exactly the same procedure. Now, as you can see now, I don't think I've actually taken damage by being hit by the dragon, just by falling damage, which I could have prevented myself just by holding on. If you can jump up and get the one just below his wing, always grip on something in case he jumps off. As in, if you're near the arm, even if you're trying to attack it just standing still, just jump and grip, and it will just keep you locked onto that one place. Now once you've disposed of all the arms, you go straight to the chest, take out his chest. Once his chest's gone, make sure, yeah, again, I jumped off and took more damage, to go through his gut area, which some people may miss. Now once you've done that, if you do this as like I've done, then there's one point you'd miss out, and that is the other side here. Just take it out with your bow or climb up and attack it, and there's that done. As you can see, I was level 109, and still, even doing this offline, I still get 2 level ups. Now what you would have done, if you have the item that gives you double XP, you'd have used that just before you killed them. That's what I did before, and you should get about 6 level ups or so. And now you see the hefty reward there, which you're going to need a lot of weight space for, and some of your equipment might get dragon forged, which is always a bonus. But if you want any more help on any Dragon Dogma content, or you want some help on any other games, please feel free to put in the comments or send us an inbox of what game you need help with. And thanks, like and subscribe.